Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm very proud to announce a different kind of review. Normally I do movies, animes, but this time I get to review something from Phoenix Comicon. Now Phoenix Comicon happens every May. This is their big event happening in downtown Phoenix. Usually it's Memorial Day, a little before, a little after, whatever they can arrange and stuff like that. Well, the one thing I love about these guys is that they're always willing to try something new, try something different, give the fans what they want. And what a lot of people wanted was a good mystery to solve. You know, it's kind of like, you ever been to one of those dinners where it's like they're performers and there's a murder mystery and you got to solve it and stuff like that? That's what Sherlock Holmes was. Okay, this was a chance, but no dinner, just so you know. It was a little bit too much for our crew, but they were able to perform it beautifully, and they actually got out on time, which is something I can honestly say is something they don't do very often in Comic-Con. This one they did, I will admit. This time around the con itself, all around the events and the panels, all seemed to get out in a good time. This one also got in a good time despite being so incredibly complicated. You know, you have here a story. Now, the first person you got to meet are the detectives. Now, the detective is the guy in the white shirt with the glasses, and the lady hiding behind the big guy just to the right of him. She's got kind of like red hair, white shirt on, but you can't really see her because she's not all in front. Remind me next time to get her all in front, because she was actually the main cast member on that stage at all times. She was the one moderating Sherlock Holmes, who was us, the audience. All right. Now, getting people to this event was not very difficult. Full house. Keeping people in this event was difficult because it seemed to really drag on. Not their fault, and we'll get into that in a second. But first off, understand this. You got the story of a comic book artist who was at Comic-Con signing autographs when he decides to drop dead. Literally just falls down dead, okay? And we had to figure out how and why he did it. We do figure out, thanks to the CIS expert, which is the lady in the glasses over on the right. She's wearing the t-shirt. She's got the watch on. She was the person who was telling us how it happened. You got the witness slash intern over on the left, the guy with the glasses. I make sure you know who these people are because there's something very funny you have to understand here, okay? He was actually supposed to not be there, but you know, they didn't have a lot of time or anything, so they made it out. The guy was actually the guy who filmed it, but he was not supposed to be same actor, different character type of deal, okay? The people in the audience, they wouldn't let anything slide. Okay, you got to remember that. These guys were all, the people who were into it, people like me, people like the young kid who was just in front of me on the left-hand side of me. He was in the Mr. Fantastic outfit. He was all into this as well. What happened was we got some details. Then they pulled out the suspects, which was in order of their appearance, I believe, but I might mistake the first person. It goes on the far right. It was the lady who worked for him as the illustrator, the girl who colored it in, and then the guy in the middle, big guy. He was like either the outliner or colorer. He also worked for Nathan. That's the guy who died. And then on the right in the middle of those two guys, that was his girlfriend. I think her name was Jade, if I'm not mistaken. And she had to, and she was like very obnoxious. Okay. Good characterizations. Now, the funny part is you're only supposed to deal with the three suspects. The girl on the left, the girl on the right, and the guy in the middle. But there were times when people at the end of the show, when they were just making up all sorts of stuff, they said it was the CSI girl. because she wanted to ruin the detective's weekend. There was the guy in the glasses, who was the guy in the white shirt, who was never even up there to begin with. He was just handing out the microphone, letting people ask questions. There was the guy over on the left, who again was just supposed to be one of the witnesses, just giving us details, but people suspected him. We got the whole poison pen thing. The guy had allergies. Somebody sabotaged his little thing you poke yourself with to give yourself a shot. All right, so much was going on, and it really had its moments when it was like, okay, here are the details. You could tell they had given up all the details when they were just recycling some of the same answers. It's something you really had to get into, you know. If I were to recommend anything about this event, one, make it smaller. It was a huge room, and they really worked hard to give everyone a chance at the microphone. Some people had really good questions. Some people had silly questions. And it was all about juggling those two. But they did a good job. I think it feels like they've done this before, you know. Number two, first off, I want it to be made clear, even though they said I was wrong on my prediction, I still feel I was right. I said it was the girl on the right, she wasn't after him, she was after her, Jade, the girl all over the way over to the left, and the detectives and all that said I was wrong. But no, offer a prize. You know, instead of just taking random answers, definitely take up like the best 3 or best 5 answers and give an award to the best one, the person who gets to be closest to the answer. That's another recommendation. I hope they do this again. Here's the deal. This was my first time attending one of these at Phoenix Comicon. Now, I want to say it was their first one, but I could be wrong about that. Wrong or right, here's the main point. If they did this again, and I really hope they do, they just get better. Because they learn from experience. They have an idea. It's like, okay, maybe we should have a smaller room, charge people to come into this, offer a prize, offer door prizes, you know, maybe offer some snacks or some drinks or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, you get what I'm trying to say. The biggest hang up they had is that so many people were there. And I think that kind of dragged things on. But despite the fact they stayed within their 90 minutes, I was shocked. When they got started and I saw how things were going, I thought to myself, there is no way they're getting past this 90 minutes like this. They proved me wrong. I had a lot of fun. It was enjoyable. If they do it again next year, I will be there for sure because it's intriguing. You know, it's good to have that old-fashioned mystery. You get the details, you get the actors and all that, and and even though I was wrong, you know, better luck next time, right? All right, guys, that's it for me for today. We'll see you at the theaters.